Alright, hello, welcome back. It is Portal Through the Veil, and I am Serafina. And today we're going to be doing a pop culture, all channeled message, no tarot cards on JonBenet Ramsey. So if that is up your alley, hit all of my buttons. I'll be doing more pop culture readings. On top of that, why don't in the comments, when you hit that button, give me some more pop culture people to go and read, okay? Or pop culture situations and all the things. Also, reminder is I do have a 2025 reading up on my link in the bio in my private sessions. I have 2 readings actually, so go ahead and check that out after the reading. All right, now into the pop culture, Jon Ramsey. Like, this is if I seem serious, it's a very different energy, and it's definitely putting me in a very different energy to read. This was all triggered by the Netflix special that I watched this week, like everyone else. And something that while I was watching it, I got triggered to when I was a little girl. And I feel like what I picked up as a little girl, being a naive little girl who was also essayed by her stepdad, I kept thinking there's no way that her mommy and daddy could have done that. Her mommy and daddy love her. But is it a friend of the family? Because, like, there was definitely a moment for me when certain things started to develop. Certain family members and family friends started looking at you differently. So that was something that I could only picture for JonBenet, since she was such a special little girl. Like, something that I could say is she had a lot of energy for a little body. Not saying that she was hyperactive and had ADHD, but she was going places. Like, she could have been Taylor Swift. Instead of having Taylor Swift, we could have had JonBenet Ramsey. Like, she was born to be a performer. She knew that, she sensed it, she loved it, okay? Like, you could tell on stage, like, she wasn't one of these pageant kids that, like, hated it, And going back into watching the documentary, again, I got reminded by that moment as a kid. And I still think the parents had nothing to do with it. And it was a family friend of the parents. And the family, they don't exactly know what family friend did it. Hence why they wanted to go and they had sent the request to get all of the evidence. The fact that not all of the evidence was processed too. Like, the police department in Boulder, I feel like they got paid off by the unaliver. He knew he messed up. He knew his obsession for her got out of hand. It got so out of hand that he unalived her in whatever way, like. And he has been, he's been in the public, but yet no one knows. It's like, it's so strange. And something else that popped up when in the documentary, when that person came forward, that, like, I guess is in, like, Thailand, like, was like a teacher in Thailand. If you watch the documentary, you know who I'm talking about. That guy is very creepy. I don't think he touched her. I don't even think he was anywhere near her. This is what I think happened, though, because he knew details of how it went down. The person who did it found this crazy person, and as I'm saying that, literally I'm spinning. Like, I just got really dizzy all of a sudden. So that, I feel like, again, because I'm saying this out loud, we're onto something. And I hope the request for all of that evidence does go through, because we need to find out what friend it is. Because that friend went to that person and said, hey, I need you to turn yourself in. You're crazy enough. You are already obsessed with her. Because it was like almost like a fan club. He found him through a fan club. It's so weird. And he was like, I need to find someone who's obsessed with this unaliving situation, and I am going to tell them every single detail of what I did, and then they're going to admit to it, and they're going to admit to it, and they're going to go to jail for me, and all of this will be over. But the guy's evidence never showed up, and like I said, the police got paid off. Sorry, there was a noise outside that like scared me. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, okay. And another thing that I feel like no one really gives the dad credit for. Okay, that moment where the dad, I know this is all just rambling. I'm literally, like I said, this is a channeled message with no cards. I feel like when that whole 8-hour time went by and the cops left and said, oh, why don't you go and search your house yourself and all of that, like we can't find her. This is what I think happened. I think after the cops left, there was a opening in the house, as in like an energy opened. And when the dad went back inside, the father-daughter bond between them, his heart said, go to the basement. And it was in his head, it goes, I don't know why I'm going to the basement instead of like the first room on this floor, but okay, let's go to the basement. His father, like the fatherly bond with JonBenet is what got him to go into the basement. It was nothing about him already knowing about her being in the basement. It was, he had a spiritual knowing, if that makes any sense. For those who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But those are some of my channeled, and for TikTok purposes, for entertainment purposes only TikTok. I should have said that in the beginning. That's why I decided to share. And what are your guys' thoughts? Do I make sense, or am I a wackadoodle? If I'm a wackadoodle, say that in the comments too. All right, other than that, like I said, if this reading entertained you, I want you to hit all of my buttons. I want you to also comment and tell me who else to read. And I would love it if you would I would love it, of course. But I'm so awkward at the endings, okay? You'll learn to love me. Okay, like I was saying, this is your moment to go to the link to the bio and check out the 2025 New Year readings if you would like some insight on your new year. Other than that, I will see you later.